I am far from the first person to ask this question, and I am certain that I'm not going to be the last one to ask it either, but what on earth happened to mobile gaming? No, seriously, like I remember a decade ago where many news outlets and general people talked about how mobile gaming will soon take over portable gaming and how dedicated portable systems like the Nintendo DS and PlayStation Vita will be completely irrelevant. And yet here we are now, where those aforementioned dedicated portable systems are remembered fondly by gaming fans, portable gaming systems continue to stay relevant and successful, and mobile gaming is now seen in a much more negative light. I know the answer is kind of obvious as to what happened with mobile gaming, but I want to look at it all in a more deeper aspect, so let's get into it. It would be easy to look back at all of those people who said that mobile gaming would be the future and laugh over how dumb and wrong they were, but at the same time, could you really blame them? Think about it, smartphones were quickly evolving from just being simple cell phones to being pretty much a PC in your pocket. Devices like the later iPhones weren't like cell phones from the 2000s that were capable of calling, messaging, and maybe being capable of playing a few Java games and nothing more. Smartphones were beginning to do calling, messaging, viewing photos and videos, music listening, web browsing, and of course playing games that were bigger and better than mobile games prior to the smartphone era. So take into consideration that smartphones were quickly evolving to being able to play more graphically intensive games, the fact that you can use a smartphone in a variety of different playstyles and configurations, and the fact that slowly but surely everybody was starting to get a smartphone. Do you start to see why people believed that phones were going to kill off dedicated portable gaming systems? Even a big corporation like Sony believed that. That's actually one of the reasons why they dropped support for their second and last handheld system, the PS Vita, as soon as they did. They just didn't see the point of supporting a system that they thought would be replaced by a platform that more people were gravitating towards. And to be fair, mobile gaming was and still is pretty big and was loved by many people. Even traditional gamers loved it at one point. Games like Angry Birds, Doodle Jump, Cut the Rope, Fruit Ninja, Geometry Dash, Jetpack Joyride, Temple Run, Where's My Water? All of these games were incredibly fun, had excellent visual presentations, used the device's features in some unique way, and definitely helped elevate mobile gaming into being something big. So what the hell went wrong? Well, I'll tell you.
Handbook.
For starters, many developers of mobile games started to become more and more smart when it comes to generating revenue in the mobile game space. Or maybe they just got more greedy, whichever one you prefer to say. It all started so simple. Some games needed you to pay money on the front to play them, or pay a one-time fee to get rid of any ads within the app, but then mobile games started to introduce more ways to obtain more money from the user. Premium currency, live systems, limited time offers, subscription services, gacha mechanics, and when in doubt, just cram in unskippable ads as many times as you can. And all of these methods actually did work, and this ended up changing the priority when it comes to making mobile games to some developers. Now it's no longer making a mobile game primarily for it to be fun while also being a method to earn money. Now most mobile game developers prioritize which profit model will get them the most money and have their game be built around that model, which then led to the reputation of mobile games souring with most people, especially those who play traditional video games. But whatever, developers make mobile games with a primary vision of making money rather than a creative vision. That's nothing new really in the gaming space. But what really irks me about modern mobile gaming is just how unoriginal the entire space has been, with how many games will try to copy other mobile games' gameplay loops, visuals, advertising, or sometimes just yoink the entire game. Once one mobile game reaches success with some kind of fun or original gameplay loop, or just simply becomes popular, there will be others who would turn out clones to try to replicate the original game's success. I recall in the past going on my phone's app store and just typing in the word craft into search, where I was met with Minecraft as the first search result and then nothing but Minecraft clones for the rest of the results. All of them being conveniently free to play, whereas the original Minecraft has an upfront cost to play. But it wasn't only Minecraft that scummy mobile game devs flocked to when it came to making clones of successful mobile games. How about the rise of Endless Runner games after the success of Temple Run and Subway Surfers, especially the latter with how many Endless Runner games go with the same 3-lane structure. How about the rise of Match 3 puzzle games after the success of Candy Crush? I find this one especially funny since the gameplay of Candy Crush wasn't even original to begin with, so developers were practically making clone games of a clone game. It just feels like the amount of originality or charm when it came to modern mobile games just isn't there compared to the mobile games from the golden age, since a good amount of them either try to copy the gameplay loop of an already successful mobile game or try to copy the profit model of an already successful mobile game. Even some of those mobile games from the golden age had sequels or spin-off games that were never able to recapture the greatness of the original games they had succeeded. Well, except for some of the Angry Birds ones, some of those actually went pretty hard. Nowadays, most mobile games usually copy the same looking simplistic visuals and gameplay. I've even noticed that they all now focus on trying to capture your visual attention rather than to be fun in gameplay. It causes most modern mobile games to feel mostly worthless, like there's really nothing in terms of the actual game in these games. There's a reason why you see footage of these types of games accompanied by some funny clips from South Park or Family Guy on TikTok. The worth of these games are that low. It's a real shame because I felt like mobile gaming could have been been a lot more. It could have probably been an additional pillar in the gaming sphere. There's a feeling I get playing some of my favorite mobile games from the past on my phone that just can't really be replicated on any other device. Like, do you think that Angry Birds would be as fondly remembered as it was if it was a game that was exclusive to, let's say, the Nintendo DS? I don't think so. If mobile games stuck to the original vision of making creatively driven games that utilized the touchscreen design of the devices these games were made for without being overly complicated or overly crammed with monetization methods, we probably would have seen mobile gaming be seen in a much more positive light. You want to play a very large and graphically powerful video game? Play it on a console or PC. You want to play a game that's on a smaller scale but still have it be indulging and also have the benefit of playing it on the toilet? Play it on a handheld. You want to play a game that's on an even smaller scale but still have it be really fun and have the really nice benefit of being played on a device that you can quickly pull out and put back into your pocket? Mobile. So yeah, that's what happened to mobile gaming, ladies and gents. Developers got greedy, they figured out good tactics to yoink as much money as they can from people, and here we are now, where the reputation and overall quality of mobile games had gone completely down the drain, and most modern mobile games coming from big developers are either met with unfavorable or overly negative reception. I'm sure there do exist some mobile game developers out there who do try to put out high quality games, and services like Apple Arcade are there to specialize and prioritize making high quality mobile games. The only time will tell as to where mobile gaming will go next. I'm genuinely curious as to whether or not the current youth actually find modern mobile games to be fun, or if they agree with the general consensus that mobile games from the late 2000s and early 2010s were better. Maybe it's just a generational or age gap. And if it is, then I will be happy sitting indoors slicing fruits with my finger while the local middle schoolers play the likes of Stumble Guys while meeting their daily requirement of saying the word Ohio at least 10 times.
Does that? Have you ever stolen anyone's children? Huh? Have you? I mean, you look like you